All right, let's take a little break and remind ourselves what all this hard work is for. Because reading can actually be a pleasure. Sometimes it can actually be an inspiration. We're going to head to Harlem now to meet poet Nikki Giovanni and illustrator Bryan Collier. They've put together a new children's book about the power of one person to change the world.
I would put books on par with chocolate because a good book is delicious.
It was always a visual thing for me. Even when my teacher would talk, I would see words float out of her mouth.
Poet Nikki Giovanni and illustrator Bryan Collier hadn't met until they got together to produce a book about one day in the life of Rosa Parks.
Whatever you're writing should be true to you. So if it's funny, you should be laughing. If it's sad, you should be crying. You just pack everything you have into it, and then you let it go and see if it flies.
So when the invitation came to write a story about her friend, Nikki Giovanni worked to make it fly.
I had the pleasure of meeting Mrs. Parks about 25 years ago on a really rainy day in Philadelphia. I said, Ms. Parks, it's Nikki Giovanni, I'm a writer. And she said, oh, baby, she said, I love that Nikki Rosa. It just took my breath away. I had no idea she knew who I was. I wanted to show her, not as a civil rights icon per se, but as what she was, which is an ordinary woman who was going to do and always did do extraordinary things.
When I first got the Rosa Parks book, I read it about 100 times.
Bryan Collier is an award-winning children's book author and illustrator. His signature artwork is a mix of watercolor and collage, but he begins with a sketch.
And that sketch will turn into me painting in watercolor, and then the collage sort of finds its way in. That's me gluing and cutting away and adding to the image. A collage is this wonderful metaphor for life. It's often about small, insignificant moments. Only when you put them together, that's when they sort of create this huge event.
Soon it all comes together. When the two worlds of words and pictures collide, you sometimes get magic.
I said, give me those seats, the bus driver bellowed. Jimmy's father muttered more to himself than anyone else. I don't feel like trouble today. I'm gonna move. Mrs. Parks stood to let him out, looked at James Blake, the bus driver, and then sat back down.